everybody, and welcome to Four Stars Chicago Sports. This is the Four Stars Chicago Sports Kickoff Show. It is Game Day Live, and we are live on a frigid day. Woo! I got a onesie on. I'm so gosh darn cold. Well, we're going to talk about that right after this.
Windy City banners rocking 4 stars aligned. Dynasty dreams rise, Bulls in their prime. Cubs curse shattered, the victory divine. Fields be running, clock ticking on my timeline. Shot-town heroes, legends never fade. Black Hawks flying, cutting ice with the blade. White Sox diamonds, the Southside parade. 4 stars shine bright, legacies they made. Mike with the crown, air rain, no dispute. Sweetness in the backfield, Walter in pursuit. Bear down Sunday's midfield, battles cute. Chicago.
Hello again, everybody. Yeah, we are live, man, on a frigid day. I just went and started my car, man, and it was like, chuck, 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 chuck. Oh, and it turned over. Thank God.
Yeah, the only way I'm going outside is if my house catches on fire. I'm not opening up the door or nothing.
I seen our boy Shane Taub out there, Windy City end zone. He's out there live at Soldier Field, man. He's bearing this weather. Colin Burns is out there, man. I give those guys a lot of props.
My brother-in-law's going out. He actually bought a bunch of like cold weather gear, and he was outside in his backyard for like an hour or two yesterday, just like testing it out. It was pretty hilarious, but smart though. You know what I mean? Make sure, like, do you really want to work? You really want to fight this cold weather or not?
Absolutely not. I can tell you this: we got a nice debut of a Chicago Bears FedEx commercial. If you haven't seen it yet, I saw it for the first time.
I haven't.
We're going to play that as we wrap up the show. Bruja's in the house, Vizzo Joe, Breaking News Bruce with a few others, man. Thank y'all for joining us. Not too much, man. Not too much has changed for me when it comes to this game, besides the clarification of, some of these injuries that it looks like the Browns are just a depleted staff. I did want to bring this up, though, because we're not going to see this today. But back in mid-season of 2023, Caleb Williams and Shedeur Sanders absolutely put on this offensive explosion. USC won 48-41. This is the last time they actually played each other. 11 passing touchdowns in this game, almost 800 passing yards. I mean, it was pretty epic. I don't think we're going to see that today at Soldier Field.
Yeah, it's 11 passing touchdowns might be a little much, but
passing touchdowns, I agree. This injury report for Cleveland is very, very long. They are missing 4 out of 5 linemen. They're missing probably one of the best corners, if not the best corner in football, in Denzel Ward. The man beast is going to be in there. I didn't even see that they had the Bears report at the bottom of there. Yeah. Tevin Jenkins makes his return to Soldier. He's going to be starting, I believe they said, at right guard today.
Yep.
So, but he's coming in with a shoulder injury himself that he's been nursing all week. Chicago Bears, obviously, Kyler Gordon hits the IR yesterday. He's done for the regular season. Hopefully we can get him back when we hit the playoffs, because we're going to hit the playoffs in about 3 games after today. Hopefully we get Gordon back. Travis Homer's out. But Hippolyte, Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, and Zacchaeus, all full practices. No designations on Friday. Roma Dunze limited, questionable. Jay, I don't know if you heard anything this morning. I still saw it was up in the air last I looked on Roma Dunze.
I haven't, but I'll tell you what, if you have any doubt at all, don't play him. Today's not the day to really play him. I'll be honest with you. We should be able to beat the Browns without him, and we're going to need him moving forward. So if he's fully, ready to go and he feels fine and he passes the physical, then okay. But even then I might send him for another week.
You want him healthy to Green Bay.
Right.
Next week. And Vizzo Joe,
probably another cold-ass game.
Yeah, Vizzo Joe with a little breaking news. Tyson Bagent is out with an illness, and breaking news, Bruce puts Case Keenum is backing up Caleb Williams today with Tyson Bagent out. The old Case Keenum. All right.
Hopefully we don't have to see either. So hopefully
right. Jesus. A couple of like interesting stats that I picked up this week. Because to me, I'm sorry, this Browns game isn't too interesting to me. I think the Bears should wipe the floor with these guys. They're a pathetic squad right now. I mean, 2 games where Myles Garrett had 5 sacks, 4 sacks. They lose by 3 touchdowns. They just lost to the god-awful Tennessee Titans last week. I don't, man, whatever. This game sucks because it's freezing. But Kevin Byard has played 161 straight games without missing a game. I thought that was interesting. 10 years, I believe they said, without missing a football game. That is very impressive for KB. And the other thing I found interesting is the Bears playing Cleveland a lot more than they play in Chicago since 19.
What up, Dustin?
Was that?
I said, what up, Dustin?
Since 1969, the Bears have played Cleveland and Chicago 4 times. It was also their last win. They beat Chicago November 30th, 1969, 28-24. They played 4 times here. They played like 10 times in Cleveland in between this time. So it's a rare occurrence that Cleveland's here in Chicago to begin with. Just not, I don't know, Dustin. I don't know how you're feeling about this game, Dustin. I'm just like, run the ball. It's freezing. Work the clock and get the hell out of there with a victory.
Me and my brother went to a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day game, the Browns at Soldier Field a few years ago. I think the Bears won that game. It was like the Deshaun Kaiser Browns. It was an awful game. It was freezing.
Well, it couldn't have been.
It was just 5-6 years ago. I can't remember. I honestly don't recall much about it. I know me and my brother went. It was a very uneventful game. Both teams.
Well, yeah. When you said Deshaun Kaiser,
Deshaun Kaiser started at quarterback in that Christmas Eve game. Brewhouse chimes in with. Okay, that makes sense. I agree with you, Sean. This is a game where you don't get cute. You don't try to get fancy. You got Kyle Monunga. You got DeAndre Swift. You got one of the best offensive lines in football. Utilize them, ride them. And this defensive line needs to step up in this game against an offensive line that me and Brandon said on Thursday. Like, it was already shitty when they were healthy. And now they're beat up on top of it. Like, they haven't been good all year when they're at full health. And now you got, 3/5 of this offensive line is replaced. 4/5? It's 4 guys. So, I mean, you just got to take advantage of them. And I think you blitz Shador a lot. His stats against the blitz are terrible. Shador's going to turn the ball over in this game if the Bears play their cards right.
100%.
There is an opportunity, though, guys, to pass the ball here. You got Denzel Ward is out, right? And then their other quarterback, Tyson Campbell, he's allowed just 55.6% completion percentage when targeted, which is well below the league average. But he gives up a lot of yardage. His 665 yards allowed in coverage is the most in the NFL. So there's an opportunity here. Really, obviously it's going to depend on how well they can rush Caleb, but there's an opportunity to pass the ball. But you guys are right. Run the ball first, and then if it's open, pass the ball. But
Rome's going to go in this game, guys.
Do you think he is?
They say that?
It's really looking like it.
I think it's a very foolish thing to do. Personally, you got a much bigger game. You should be able to win this game. Let Rome nurse that one more week. That with this weather, man, everything.
I don't know if there's any gimmies on this schedule, and I hear what you're saying, Sean. Like, you might not need them in this game depending on how the game script goes. But I think there's a lot of optimism from the Bears from what I read that he's going to be good to go. They want him to go. I don't want him to get hurt again, 100%.
Right? Yeah.
But if he wants to go and the Bears want him to go, Mila, you haven't been this loud all morning.
She's like, I gotta get my prediction in.
All right, I'll get you. It's just looking like he's gonna go. I mean, when he's been limited throughout the week so far this year, he goes on Sunday. That's what I believe. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. I don't know that they'll need him, but I think he's gonna play.
Yeah, and you know what, dude? I was looking at another stat here on the Bears side of things here, and the Bears have the NFL's top total offense, averaging 388.2 total yards per game since their Week 5 bye. I knew they were doing really well, but I didn't know that it was that well. So I as well and as good as that Browns defense is, I just don't think they can compare with the Bears offense. And the Bears defense is just going to crush their offense. Their offense is miserable. I know they had a good week last week, but Dennis Allen is a much better defensive coordinator. And as long as we can put pressure on him, I think our secondary picks Shedeur Sanders apart.
Yeah, this defense isn't good, though, for the Bears, guys. Let's just be honest with ourselves. This is one of the worst defenses in football.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so any team can score on them if you're not getting the turnovers and you're not getting off the field on third down. I mean, that's the strengths that they rely on.
100% correct.
When you look at Shedeur Sanders and you look at what he's done so far, you know, he has the second lowest completion percentage in the NFL, 52%. He's got a 19.9 QBR, which is not even listed on the page of QBR for quarterbacks at this moment. And he has the second slowest time to throw at 3.42 seconds. And he runs backwards a lot, man. When you watch him, he gets under pressure. He gets under problems. The Oracle's in the house. He runs backwards. There's going to be a lot of opportunities. Again, with this weather, with the weapons that they have, man, I don't know, man. I see the Bears dominating this football game. I really do.
I'm with you, Sean. I'm with you. But if you wanted to paint the picture of how the Browns win this game, it's the Bears have some piss poor tackling again this week, like they did last week. Judkins runs roughshod on them, and they don't get home with the blitz like they didn't get home last week because Jordan Love was good against the blitz, but it was mostly because the blitz just didn't even get to Jordan Love. It never
didn't work.
Got to him. So the blitz needs to work in this game. You need to speed up Shedeur and get the turnovers. But if you don't, let's be real. Shedeur has been bad statistically, but he can make a few big throws in a game. He has the arm to do that, and those can hurt you in a game like this. They can.
He can be accurate,
especially with the deep ball, especially out of structure. So like those are the things that I worry about if I'm looking. I feel like this is a comfortable win, Sean, but like you could see it going the other way. This Bears defense has not been good, man. We got to be honest with ourselves about that.
Yeah, it's definitely sucks not having our boy Kyler Gordon in there. Yeah. I still just don't. And I think the Bears defense is going to be fine today. I really do. I
expect that too. I do. I expect that.
I'm never not interested in the game, but like I just. Maybe
you're kind of hoping like this is a second half you can get some shit done. That's what you're kind of hoping as a man. This guy get some shit done around the house, like or whatever you need. Like, you're hoping the second half is like, okay, I can give a little attention to the family.
Come back to it every half hour. I'll see what's going on here.
No, we're gonna be locked on. We're gonna be locked on. Sean,
I'm with Bruja, man. Take advantage of that Browns offensive line. We all know that Tevin Jenkins, if healthy, can be a solid blocker. For the quarterback, we've seen him
been one of the best guards in the NFL at full health, Sean.
Yeah,
he has.
So, but he is nursing that shoulder injury. He was on the injury report. He was questionable coming into the game. Apparently, he is going to start. Which, for me, just as us Bears fans, we know it will only take a couple quarters. This guy probably be out of the game too.
Yeah, you don't expect him to stay healthy. Shedeur Sanders against the blitz. I read these stats on Thursday. I'm going to read them again just for everybody who wasn't here. This is from Bears Blog Boy on X. 9 for 23 for 165 yards. Adjusted completion percentage 44.4. That's dead last in the league. PFF passing grade 40.1, third to last. His turnover worthy play percentage is 11.1, and his EPA per dropback is minus 0.25. That's 30th in the league. He's been pressured on 84.6% of his dropbacks versus the blitz, and that was with a healthier O-line up to this point.
Oh, we got one of the slackers in the house. What's up, Brando?
What's going on, Brandon?
The chat was asking. They're like, are the Duplessis sleeping in on us today?
Had to drop the kid off. It was a much longer drive than I anticipated because there's construction over here.
Oh, my God. Is it absolutely freezing? I feel terrible. You had to go outside in this. I just had to go.
Dude, I let the car run for like 15 minutes before I ever got in it. You know what I mean?
Oh boy!
I don't play with that.
He says, Bruce says, "Holy Kyle!" Kyle hasn't joined us on Sundays. He works late. He gets home at 4:00 in the morning, so it's very difficult.
He also one of his only days to kick it with his kids. So, So that's
we forgive him. We'll give him a pass.
I'm here with my kid right now.
That's right. Bring him on the show.
If I didn't have to drop my kid off, I'd be hanging out with her instead of doing this. I'd rather hang out with my kid than these ugly mugs.
We were fine without you, Brandon.
Not one bit.
I've been here. This is one of the shows I feel like I can say I'm a consistent part of.
Yeah, this has been great. I just, we'll get together and talk. I don't really have much to add. I know we just wanted to touch on some of these injuries. There's a ton for the Browns. This is a depleted roster. I think the Bears should dominate at the point of attack and run right up their ass and get out of here, man.
That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel, Sean. Like just take care of business. Don't get cute. Don't get pretty. Just smash mouth football. Get out with the win. However you got to get out with it. I mean,
if it's 10-7, who cares? It's a win. Leave.
Yeah. I saw Phil put 27-13. That was my score on Thursday. That's my prediction, and I'm sticking with that. I think that the Bears will be able to handle this game throughout. The Kyler Gordon thing, you guys were touching on it before I got on, and I mean, like, it sucks, but like you kind of knew he was going to go on IR when you heard what the injury was. So like the Bears just got to get used to life without him. It's going to be very different this week in that regard because they went into last week all the way up to game warm-ups thinking they had Kyler Gordon. So the Bears defense will be better today, and the Browns offense is abysmal. They average 17 points a game, guys. This is not a team that should beat you. Now, again, if you lose to this Browns team, I'm gonna have some major soul searching.
Oh yeah. If they play defensively like they did last week, especially in that first half, it's gonna be a long game.
If the Bears,
you can't lose to this Browns team looking at the schedule.
If they lose this game, I'm going to have a meltdown.
Oh yeah, we're done.
We already said that we feel like the Bears should win 2 games to finish this season. If they were to lose the Browns game versus a Packers or Detroit game, you might be putting yourself in a better position, honestly. But to lose 2 in a row makes you worry, are they just going to lose out? I mean, is this team just going to – did that Packers game do with the Washington game? Did you break? Did you fumble at the goal line? That's what we want to see, a new coaching staff be a new Bears team that responds in a new way and kicks this team's ass and beats at least one of these division rivals or the Niners and splits this 2-2 at least. That would show to me that Ben is going to be the guy. I mean,
and I don't want to be picking and choosing wins and losses as a Bears fan right now. We're 9-4. You gotta get the wins that are in front of you. Every game's a must win. Like honestly, at this point,
but if you get 2, Ben did what he needed to do. I feel like 100%. That was his goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, going 2-2 in these last 4 would be good enough, I think, for playoffs.
Yeah, so do I. We talked about that, Dustin. Not every team in the NFC is going to finish 12 and something. I mean, people are going to start falling out of the race on their own accord.
But there's no better loss or worse loss right now on the schedule. If the Bears, it's what it says. If the Bears lose to a team that they are much better than at home after losing to the Packers, that says that this team is not what we thought they were. Period. Point blank. Like you just
we got to root for the Denver Broncos and the Rams. That's who we got to root for today.
Oh, the Rams are winning. I think. I don't think the.
I don't know though. Again, I agree with you. You don't pick and choose your wins. You don't play with fire like that. But like, if the Browns game, let's say the game they lose the Browns game and won the last 3, those are 3 teams that they're competing with for the playoffs.
There's no way you're thinking they're beating the Lions and the Packers and the Niners on the road if they lose to the Browns at home, though.
I don't judge
personally
football that way.
The
Packers lost to the Browns. I don't do that.
I have a feeling, guys, that Ben Johnson is going to get his Detroit revenge. It's going to come down to Detroit and the Bears in Week 18 to get into the playoffs, winner take all.
It's seeming like that.
It's seeming it's headed in that direction, and I think the Bears will be prepared for this one. In Chicago, in the cold, Jared Goff splits in the cold. I mean, that favors the Bears. But then again, we have to get there by winning these ball games that are ahead of us. So
win the games you're supposed to win, guys.
Monanga and Swift are going to have a pretty big day today.
All right, here's my deal, guys. Hey, chat, any fantasy gurus out there?
No, boy.
I have stupid fucking Josh Jacobs versus Denver. Denver hasn't allowed a 60-yard rusher since week 2.
And Jacobs is hurt.
Something.
Andy's hurt. So on my bench, I'm starting Swift, but I do have Monanga on my bench. And now it's do or die. You know it's the playoffs, so I'm one and done. Do I dare take that chance and start Monanga and Swift today against the Browns and bench one Josh Jacobs with that knee injury against Denver? Because Denver against the run has been superb.
I would wait up until what time do the Packers play?
3:25. The Bears are on at noon.
Oh, so you got to choose now.
Yeah, I got to make that
I'm
decision.
in a similar spot, man. I'm in a similar spot with an injury on Sunday night. Jake Ferguson's questionable right now, and I'm trying to figure
I read about him this morning. They said all signs are pointing to him playing.
Yeah, I read the same, but you just never know. You never know with this shit.
Right.
Listen, man, I think it's possible that if Jacobs is healthy, Monanga has a better game than him. This Browns defense will give up something in the run. And I think the Bears are going to focus heavily on it.
Just gets in the end zone a lot, but he doesn't. He doesn't impress when he's running the football, man. He really does.
Joe says Jacobs.
I like that Jacobs just kind of takes what's there, but he's not a. I don't know. Against the Bears, he made him look silly when he broke all those tackles, but that's not usually Jacobs' style running, man. Like he kind of just gets what's in front of him and then gets tackled.
Sorry, guys. It's just
this was pathetic, man. I mean, this is pathetic. I mean, that move was great, but right here, come on. The first move he put on Sweat was nice, man. But that grouping of players, that's just not excusable.
You had like 3 guys over pursue, the other 3 guys under pursue, and then they all hit each other. It's a bad play.
I got to find some rodeo clown music to put overlay on that.
Guys, the coaches played that over and over this week. Like, dude, we cannot do this ever.
Sean, I'm a general believer that you ride the horses that got you there.
Right,
and if your guy's healthy, you kind of just go with them and let the cards fall where they're made. But I wouldn't fault you if you threw Monangai in there. You would feel weird about starting both Bears running backs in a playoff matchup. Like that's weird. But you've also seen both Bears running backs get off in the same game.
That could be the day.
And if there is the day for it, it is today because the Bears. Ben Johnson learned his lesson, I think, last week, trying to be too cute, letting his ego get the best of him, I think, and trying to show what he had in his bag in the passing game when all he needed to do was really run that fucking rock.
Yeah.
I think he's learned that lesson, and he's coming into today with that mindset. I think that's what we're going to see, especially given the weather conditions. So I would not fault you whatever choice. I mean, I think both. I think both are going to have damn good games. I mean, it feels like a Monangai game if I had to pick one.
I agree with you.
If you were to tell me that Monangai Swift is injured and Monangai and Britton Brown are going to be behind that offensive line today, I think both were going to have a good day.
Start Britton Brown.
This offensive line just makes holes, man. That's what they do.
Well, my two flexes other than Monangai are Chase Brown and Woody Marks. And Woody Marks is like on everybody's must-start list this week.
Well, because Chubb's out. Yeah.
Chase
sure. I know whichever Bears running back I pick, the other one is going to get 30 points today.
So just go with with both. Just go with both.
But who do I bench then?
Hedge your bet.
Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown, or Woody Marks? That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, if I was going to bench one of them, it would be Jacobs.
You remember he's a mile high today, dude. So you don't know how that altitude may affect him too, especially if he's dealing with injuries. And I don't know how well he practiced. You know, some teams will go up there early and practice all week long in Denver. But
no way, not today, not against that Arizona D that got lit up like a Christmas tree last week.
Sean, like most fantasy decisions and like life, you're gonna have to run this one on your own. You're gonna have to figure it out and let the cards fall where they may. Everybody's got their opinions, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
you know what?
I don't want to tell you something and then it falls apart, and then you're like, "Why'd you?" Like that. You always run that risk giving fantasy advice to people.
I haven't benched DeAndre Swift all week, all year. So, and I'm here in the playoffs. So,
remember when you texted asking if you should trade him for who the fuck was it?
He got injured.
It was going to be Trey Benson. But it was more for the wide receiver.
Got injured that week.
Yeah, no,
and he got injured that week.
But my thought was DeAndre Swift is about to start getting his. That was before this running game took off, and that's what I told you, and that worked out well. If it were me, I'd probably start both Bears running backs just so I know I'm getting at least one big game. But I think you might get two.
Yeah, and Nungai's third after with yards after contact. So I mean, he's doing really well, and this is a type of game where you're probably going to be running up the middle more than you're doing jet sweeps and running outside the tackles.
Jay, I'm digging the mustache. I'm digging the mustache. You need some aviator glasses.
Hey, if the Bears win, I'm not shaving it. I'm keeping it until the Bears lose.
Sounds good, man. Well, so this started last week. This is a 1 week growth.
I'm always got facial hair, but I just shaved everything else. Yes,
I feel like I remember you not having so much. It's flourishing. It's growing. It's looking good.
Underneath this mustache is a thicker, more glorious mustache.
Okay, very good. I had a question for you guys, and I know we've talked about it throughout the week, but do you guys think Myles Garrett gets a sack in this game?
I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. I mean,
what do you think?
Averaging one a game.
Yes, because I was thinking about his ability to break the record and by how much last week, and I thought he's got to average like a sack and a half a game for the rest of the season. And I think this Bears. I like the way Trapillo is playing, man, but I think this is not a team that you can't get.
What do you think, Sean?
I'm him. That's all I'm worrying about is that sack record. I don't care if they rush. I don't care if I win. I don't care if I lose.
I'm going to say one sack today. It's the elusiveness.
I don't think he changes the game or anything.
And I just kind of with Mikey here. 4 pressures. Maybe a few more pressures. I mean, what did Parsons had 7 last week?
7 or 8, depending on who was keeping score.
Yeah, I could probably see that, but I'm going to go. I said it on Wednesday or Monday, whatever I said it. I'm going to stick with the 1. I'm going to stick with the 1.
I don't think he gets one.
That's a win. If he only gets 1, that's a win for the Bears offensive line.
I saw this today, and I just wanted to share it. Let me throw this up here real quick because I've been talking about this. Caleb Williams is the best at avoiding sacks in the league by far, and he's the best at that. He's better at that than anyone else is at their thing in the NFL. He has 4.7% of sack avoidance rate. The next highest is Baker Mayfield at 3.2%, and Bryce Young is 10th on this list at 2%. So Caleb Williams is 1.5% better than the next guy on the list, and the 10th guy on the list is at 2%. Caleb Williams is going to make Myles Garrett look silly at multiple points today. I think that the Bears do a good job of staying away from Garrett because they know what he can do. And I just wanted to highlight again, Caleb Williams is better at avoiding sacks than anyone else is at anything they do in the NFL, and that includes Myles Garrett getting sacks. I'm just going to fucking say it. I think Caleb does his Houdini shit today at all times necessary. Myles Garrett doesn't get that sack.
Bruja throws in here, Garrett can have his sack, Bears can have the dub. And I think, Jay, you just said kind of something the same way. Like, I don't think he's going to, change it. How many games has Myles Garrett had like 3+ sacks and the Browns fucking lose?
Well, Sean, you said it earlier.
It's not making an impact. It's not making an impact on the Browns winning football games. I love Myles Garrett. I do. And I think he's a game changer and a multiplier, but this Browns team doesn't do anything with his ability to change the game. Nobody else around him can do it. So
that's kind of why I don't give the Browns much chance.
It doesn't feel like they have a chance.
Sacks he's got 20 sacks. They've won like 3 games, man. I mean, that's not
guys.
In the 2 games combined, where he had the 5 and 4 sacks, 9 sacks, I think they lost by a combined total of 5 or 6 touchdowns. So. Yeah. It's just like I know New England beat him like 35-13, and he had 5 sacks on May. So
you know what's surprising is Mason Graham, the promising young rookie, he's only got half a sack.
Yeah, and is he going to be in today? Because I saw him on
He's played.
He's looking like he's going to play based on what I saw.
He's played good football though. The numbers.
He has not been ruled out. I think he's going to play.
I want him to play because he's sucked this year. So
I think he's been better than people give him credit for.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago he had the highest PPF grade.
Who says Rome is in?
Grade of all rookies.
Rome is in. It's official, huh? Yeah. Well, 10:30 actives and inactives come out right now.
Yep. And like I said, I expected him to play. I said that on Thursday.
I'm just going to say this. I'm going to be extremely pissed off because when you do the research into a stress fracture, these are things that take rest and time to heal. So depending on the severity, if he winds up hurting himself and he can't play against Green Bay, this was a terrible call by the Chicago Bears medical staff, by the coaching staff.
They've made a lot of those this year, Sean.
Sean,
they've made a lot of bad calls this year. I think that's shown in terms of I've had concerns about this medical staff, this training staff all year based on what we've seen. I think Rome is a smart dude. I don't think Rome is like I'm going to go by any means necessary. But if you look at his track record, he does not miss games. That was his first game that he's missed. He wants to play. He wants to play. I don't think he'd be going if he wasn't good.
Let me ask you guys this. 4 or 5 linemen are out for the Browns today. How many sacks did the Bears get?
I'd like to see them get 2 or 3. I mean, that's, I think, part of what Dustin is saying, the turnover game and the pressure game. If we get, 2 or 3 sacks, that goes a long way to shutting down that team, no matter what their defense is doing.
That's a good point, John.
I think the Bears have not once this year shown me that they can exploit a weakness at this position. Every time that we're talking about a tackle being out or this being out, I talked about Jervon Dexter because we had some interior offensive lineman injuries a couple weeks ago. This could be his game. He breaks out. It's never happened. So I don't think the Browns' lack of ability to protect their quarterback makes too much of an impact on the Bears' defense at all. I really don't.
You got to blitz. I don't think it's coming from the defensive line. If you're getting sacks, you got to get home with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. You got to get home with
Montez Sweat will probably
Brisker.
get his one. I'm sure he's gotten one every week for like 7 weeks straight.
8.5 sacks for him, right?
Yeah, he's on a streak right now. I think with the sack in every game for like 6 weeks in a row or something like that. But
who was that, Brandon?
Sweat.
Yeah, he's up to 8.5 sacks, I think, on the year, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. So I mean,
I think he said one.
I got my ear to
for
this
6
Packers
weeks.
report. I'm trying to listen to see. They're talking about Josh Jacobs right now.
I think Sweat will get his sack though, Sean.
Bears are going to have
whoever asked
to get pressure, Jay and Sean. I don't think it's coming from the defensive line just beating the guys across from them. But if there was a week to do it, it fucking better be this one, right? Like, but
maybe
I don't
a corner blitz from C.J. Gardner-Johnson, anything. But let's get in there and let's really, really pressure them.
Look,
I want to do it early too, because if we get into Shedeur Sanders' head early, I wouldn't be surprised if you see that accuracy go down a little bit. He's running around. It's cold as hell. So I'd like to see like a first quarter sack and a big one too.
Dante, I appreciate your want to hold my baby, but strangers do not hold my baby.
That is a weird question.
He's not a stranger. No, the guy well. And
I love Dante.
You cannot let Judkins start to control this.
Correct.
Game.
No, and that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of what I was looking at.
That's
you know,
a possibility.
When I was looking at his numbers, Judkins hasn't been really getting off the last bunch of weeks, and that's a big part to this.
He hasn't really gotten off at all this year.
The last bunch of weeks he certainly had. Last week against the Titans, he was averaging under 2 yards a carry. So
I showed you guys that stat.
That's because of the offensive line.
Exactly.
91% of his yards earned are after contact in his entire season. 91%.
Dante, I'm just joking, buddy.
That means that this guy is met at the line or behind it most often and still gains positive yards. You got to wrap him up, dude. You got to wrap him up. 91% of your yards after contact. That's a tremendously large number.
Yeah, and you know the other part of this too, when it comes to Judkins, if anything happens to Judkins in this game, there is no Dylan Sampson, there is no Jerome Ford. I mean, this is a very thin running back room today coming in. I don't even know if something happens to Judkins, who their running back would be. So
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, Sampson being out's a big deal for them. He's their best receiving back. Joker being out's a big deal for them. He's one of Shedeur's better targets. Vizzo brings this up, guys, and I don't know if y'all saw this, but this shit was ridiculous. LaShawn McCoy said that, and he didn't say that. He didn't just say that Shedeur's been better. He said that if the Browns beat the Bears today, Shedeur is a better quarterback than Caleb Williams.
Oh, my God.
That math don't math, dude. Is Bryce Young a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford because the Panthers beat the Rams? Shedeur Sanders ain't playing against Caleb Williams. He's playing against the Bears defense. Whatever happens in this game today, Shedeur is nowhere near as good of a fucking quarterback as Caleb Williams is in the NFL right now. Give him some time. We'll see how it goes. But Caleb's going to keep progressing. Like, it's just a fucking stupid statement. And people be out there just saying dumb shit just to get clicks. And I can't stand it.
Shedeur Sanders may not be the best quarterback on his own team.
He is. Unless you're talking about Deshaun Watson just sitting back there on the bench. But he is, I think. But, like, the only point is, like, just because a quarterback wins a game doesn't mean they're better than the quarterback they're playing across. You don't know football if you say shit like that. It's just dumb.
And Jerry Jeudy is in, guys. I don't know who
Sean McCoy wasn't always the smartest guy.
No.
Jerry Jeudy has no injury designation coming into this football game today. So I don't know who said he wasn't playing, but as far as I can see, he is. And the whole Shedeur thing. I threw this up before you guys were on because I thought this was pretty interesting. The last time they played was back in 2023, and they really showed out in this football.
Yeah.
11 touchdowns. It was one for the ages when it comes to epic scoring. But
you're going to see the exact opposite of that.
You are going to see the exact opposite today.
Now, shit, what if we're treated to a fucking shootout? We go into this game thinking it's going to be a fucking slobber knocker, just trying to run the ball down, and then these guys come out and throw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns each. That'd be insane.
And that shit happens a lot in the NFL.
It does, man. We don't know shit. We'll sit here and say all these things. That's why I paint the picture. Like, there's ways that the Browns can win this game, and I just gotta say, man, if they do, regardless of what you say, Brandon, or anyone else, what it says overall about this Bears team means the loss is a loss, and that counts the same as any other loss. But what it says about this Bears team, if they can't beat this Browns team at home, it's not a good thing. You should not count on them.
What it says
on a
what
playoff
it says to me is they don't respond.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Which is exactly my point.
What it says to me is they're
not as well coached as we thought. They're not as
break
disciplined as we thought. They it's a bad thing.
Because if they played the Browns before the Packers, the Browns would be a win. I don't even think we wouldn't even be talking about the possibility of losing that football game. I really don't feel like I want to see that the Packers loss did not derail this Bears team like it most often would in all the seasons prior. Like Sean says, the Packers are always where you hit the brick wall. Well, break fucking through it and kick this team the fuck out of your house today. That's what you do.
Yep.
That's kind of why
act like they were never invited in the first place.
Yep.
Just beat the hell out of this team for 4 quarters and get the fuck out of our house. That's
the key. What you just said, Brandon. 4 quarters. The Bears need to play a full 60 minutes of football. They've had a big problem
physically, because they came out against that. We didn't talk about this on the Monday show last week, because me and Dustin touched on a little bit on Thursday. They came out of that in that Packers game getting bullied, man. They came out unprepared. Nobody really said that, because we don't want to be too critical of Ben Johnson. They came out in that Packers game in the first half.
I feel like a lot of people said that, Brandon. I feel like a lot of people have said that.
I think a lot of people said like Ben didn't approach it the right way with the run and this. I think he just got his ass kicked for the first half of that football game.
The whole team did. The whole team.
Yeah, and they were right, Dustin. And they weren't showing the physicality they did in the second half. They were getting pushed around and bullied.
That's 2 different teams.
Don't come out that way. Don't come out that way in this football game.
And essentially, guys, I mean,
Myles
if the Bears are looking at this realistically, this is a playoff game. They have to come out and treat it as one. Every game the rest of the season is a playoff game. So they have to come out with that sense of urgency, that want, that will, punch these guys in the face and win this football game. Plain and simple, end of story. Run the fucking ball. Keep their offense, tire their defense, keep their offense off the field. Inside zone run scheme the entire fucking day. Just pummel these guys and get the hell out of Soldier Field, and let's get to warmer temperatures, because it looks like it's going to be a 40. Lot. Packers come to town.
And in the red zone, if you're having trouble running the ball, Cole Kmet and Colston Loveland would be my idea. That's where I would be. My head would be there and there.
To add to both points. I mean, Rome Odunze is announced as healthy, right? And I've been wondering how he's going to be. He's on my fantasy team, and I'm looking at these stats all week. And Cleveland is the 27th. They're damn good against receivers in terms of fantasy. It's the 27th worst matchup possible for Rome Odunze this week. Like, he's got a 1-star matchup. So you're talking about running the ball. You're talking about addressing and attacking it with the tight ends in those situations. The Browns have been really good at shutting receivers down all season.
Aren't they like last for quarterbacks?
A good
they're
team.
Last for quarterbacks in fantasy.
Yeah.
I think it's the worst defense.
Rome might be playing today, but I don't know if he's going to be doing much.
Don't start Caleb Williams in your fantasy lineups today.
No, don't. I wouldn't be starting anybody. I mean, the running backs.
The running backs.
The wide receivers.
But Caleb's the guy I would have on my roster from the Bears team, besides maybe Colston and Swift. I would not have Caleb Williams in my lineup today. This is a team that has made quarterbacks look awful.
This is the game where Burden has like 2 jet sweeps for 150 rushing yards. And we're all like, running backs. It's just going to be an odd day. I
think one of those tight ends is going to catch a touchdown, dude.
Well, you'd like to see DJ get back into the game, right?
I would. And speaking of DJ Moore, let's take a look at what him and Rome have been up to over the past week.
Bro, that was crazy. Hi, I'm DJ Moore. Hi, I'm Rome Odunze. We're putting together some packages for Miss Crippen's class with a little help from FedEx. You definitely got to put this on the tree, class. Mine specifically. DJs, I mean, that's a choice.
Class. Just put mine at the bottom, like towards the back.
All right, those go in the box. Check that out.
I quacked his neck.
Whenever the Bears play, pull this duck out for good luck. That's got to go up in the classroom. I want to see that on the next video. If you add two of my favorite numbers, 6 and 7.
6, 7.
Yeah. You get 13. Add your number to that, you get 15.
You came up with that on your own?
No, I didn't. FedEx hat, the purple Santa hat. That's rare right there. Got some Bear stuff in there, some signatures.
And we're shipping with FedEx, the go-to shipper around the holidays.
I can't wait for Class to finally open this. Go Bears.
Happy holidays.
Some kids getting some cool signed stuff though.
DJ Moore wearing a fucking onesie, guys.
I'm wearing a onesie right now.
Okay, well then it all makes sense now.
Hey, I have no choice, man. It is cold in this garage. It's warm inside.
That shit is corny.
DJ Moore says, "Put mine on the bottom in the back." That felt like I was like,
little bit too self-deprecating humor.
Is that how he feels?
Yeah, like me on this roster right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's all I thought when I heard that.
Well, get your onesie wearing ass out of here.
All right, boys. Final predictions. You guys
27-13. 27-13 Bears. Second half is going to be uneventful because the Bears got this thing under control. That's what I feel.
Micah just threw in a 31-10. The over-under is 39, so he's slightly over in this one.
Yeah, I'm a 2010.
2010. Jay, Brandon, you changing your mind from Thursday, or are you leaving it where you was?
No, I'll go 24-10.
24-10.
Yeah,
Shador's throwing two interceptions.
I think Judkins gets in the end zone for the Browns because he's my fantasy running back. So
I had 21-9, and I'm going to just change it to 21-10.
You're putting a
touchdown. Like 3 field goals.
I thought that's what I was thinking about, man.
A touchdown and a safety? A Myles Garrett safety?
No way, not against Caleb. Nah.
No, he just fumbles in the end zone.
The pull of vanishing act.
Oh yeah, he'll just give it to Garrett.
He doesn't take the safety. No, yeah, he just doesn't
have more points.
Bizzo Joe's got 24-13. Bruce 25-10. Everyone likes that low score for the
Browns.
Mikey?
What's up, guys?
Again, there's a way it could go the wrong direction, but this is not the same old Bears, and I feel differently about this. I think the Bears respond very well this week.
I agree, and I think that's what this game to me is more about coming out, playing error-free football, and having that mentality that last week was a blimp on the radar, and we are still a team you thought we are or think we are, and here we are to show you. And play a solid football game ahead of Packers week, man. I mean,
Mikey,
get on the right track here.
Mikey, I left him in my starting lineup because I did think about it, but I think he's going to catch the ball well today.
Bears haven't lost 2 in a row since the first 2 weeks of the season. They're not going to start that trend now with the fucking Cleveland Browns at home. It's not happening.
Bruja has Phil through 24-13 and Bruja 21-10. Bruja and I are rocking the same score today. I love it.
All right.
I love it.
He says FCB.
And Trey just dropped in 27-24. He's got a little bit of a high-scoring game. And Phil's dropping in a 38-17 Denver over the Packers today.
Yeah,
that game's going to be like 13-9.
Yeah, no, fuck the stats, fuck the pretty, fuck the whatever. Just get the win today. That's all.
100%.
Those Broncos games are always like 10-9.
Yeah, or like 37-35. Like they're a very.
There we go. There we go.
We'll worry about the Packers next week, but yeah, go Broncos.
Yeah, go Broncos. I think they're going to win it. It's going to be a frigid day out there for the boys. Hopefully, everyone stays healthy. Hopefully, all the fans out there stay safe. Please, guys, don't be the idiots out there taking off your shirt today. That is the dumbest shit in the world. You're not proving anything besides you're a moron. Leave your shirt on. For the love of everything holy. Anything else you guys want to chop up before we get on out of here?
No, man.
No, I think we're all good. Then I'm ready for some football.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Good, better, bad. Never let it run. Never let it run. You're going to get better. You're going to get better. You better get better. You better get better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears.
Let's go get it, boys. Everyone have a wonderful afternoon. Don't go outside if you don't have to.
We'll be back tomorrow. How's all hangover?
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow night. Peace and love.
Bear down.
Bear down, everybody.
Bear down.